Welcome to KI Africa, and today we are in a place called Ngong, Matasia, and we want to talk to this young man who is doing the farming of this broiler, and we'll be talking to him about what he is doing here and the work that he is doing. Then after that we will let you know how you can be able maybe to start the same, or the requirements that are needed for you to start broiler farming. My name is Mwangi, welcome, and we'll be taking you through. Karibu sana. And welcome again. This is KI Africa. As we told you, we are in a place called Ngong, Matasia, and we are talking to this young man here who has done this poultry farming. We'll be talking to him so that he can tell us the motivation behind this. Welcome very much. Tell us your name and maybe your age, so that you can see whether we can be able to motivate the young people outside here, and tell us what you are doing here.
Okay, thank you once again. I'm David. I'm from Limuru actually, so I came here kwa kazi tu kidogo. So that is I'm 24. I'm 24 years. I'm the one who's doing this farming. So maybe as you can see, these are the broilers we're talking about mostly. Mostly watu wengi wanazionanga kwa on Ken chicks. So we do the farming here, and I would love still to motivate young men who are out there, wale wana feel too they can't do this. You know, most of them they prefer to just being there. They want to do the office jobs, and still they can do something which can earn them.
Okay. So tell us, how many birds do you have here? How old are they? And whether you have any types of them, or this is just one type, and how long they have to stay here so that you can now do the slaughtering and sell.
Okay, these are the approximate 1,000 birds. Still right now they are 1 month and 2 days. 1 month 2 days. This is just one breed. All of them, they are one breed. So it takes 1 month and maybe 2 weeks so that we can slaughter them. So after the slaughtering them, we just make it 1 week, then we do the cleaning, then tunaita zingine. So
when they are coming in, you buy them at what age and at how much?
We buy them actually one day chick old after the hatch. So we take it one day chick. So after 1 day chick ndo tunaanza the farming. Actually one per head we take it with 90 bob. So after that ndo unajuanga the price after the selling.
Okay, so 90 bob per chick, and you have to stay with them for 7 weeks before you do the slaughtering. Within that period, now you have 1,000. How many bags will they take, and how much are you buying per bag?
About the bags, mostly like now, the consuming, it depends with the consuming. So like in the first week, they actually can consume with 1 or 2 bags, depending on the number they have. So maybe in those 5 weeks, so actually like 50 bags. Hapo hivyo tu juu kidogo 50 to 55 bags. Okay. According to 1,000 chicks. Yeah.
And how much per bag?
Per bag is clams. We have clams, and we have the starter clams. We have the pellets finishers. So the clams, we take it like 4K. That is 39. So when the pellets, we still take it like 4K. Yeah, per bag.
Okay. So when at the 7th week, when you are doing the slaughtering, how many people do you need to do the slaughtering, and where do you take them? Where is the market for the broilers?
Okay, about the slaughter, we only need several people, like 8 people. 8 people. So they are those one who wale wanazipika, the kuzipika, they are these guys who do them kuzitoa the manyoya.
Yes.
So and they are those ones who separate the inner things. Yeah. So the bird itaenda just to the body without the things inside them.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are actually 8 of them are enough. Yeah, and still the company, it's the one which comes and wanakujanga wanachukua they buy the whole per piece. So but we make it mostly we prefer selling them with kgs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much per kg?
Per kg it still depends. Yes. The bird, as you can see right now, it is supposed to be out ranging 2.2 kilos. So after the slaughter, the chick is supposed to be actually at least 1.5, 1.6 to the least 1.2, 1.3.
Okay.
So but the best price is 1.6, 1.7, 1.5. Okay. Yeah, that is the best selling prices.
So per kg, how much will they give you?
Per kg, maybe selling them at 300, 350. So you can see they are ranging at 350. So still there is another half.
Okay.
So we make it maybe approximate 400, maybe 450 to 500. So that is per bird.
So 450 to 500 per bird.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have 1,000.
Yeah, and you have 1,000.
Okay.
So at least you can ledger between 350 to 450.
Yes.
That is 1 kilo 350.
Okay.
So you can try to approximate the 150. It's just half.
Okay.
So it's maybe we make it 500.
Okay.
Yeah, 500.
That's good. That's good. So by the end of the 7th week, it means you will have money. And I would want to know maybe the profit approximation. When you have 1,000 birds, how much do you expect at the end of the journey?
Okay, well, it depends with the growth of the bird. Still, there are some disadvantages here and there. Yes. Because like we make it for instance, we say all the things, the chicks, maybe we make it 100 bob per bob. Yes. Per when buying, so we make it like 1,000, 100,000. Yes. To purchase the birds. Yes. So when the feeding, we make it like 200k, because the feeding it consumes a lot of money. So at the end of the day, we make it like maybe 300 or 300 to purchase and to feed them, all of them. So at the end of the day, you make it the profit and everything, maybe 100 and 120 the profit. Okay. Yeah.
So these 120 is after 7 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a good amount. A good amount of money. So tell us about vaccination. How do you vaccinate them? And I can see some gadgets there. You will tell us what is that and why you have them inside the building.
Well, about the vaccination, actually most of the people they say we do inject them. No, we don't inject these things. It's naturality, but as you can see, the food here, these are pellets. Yes. So the feeding, it's just they are the boosters. They are the boosters. You need to make the body to enlarge the body weight. So maybe you can say antibiotics. These chicks, they are actually allergic to dirty. They are allergic to dirty. So maybe you can say antibiotics and maybe some boosters to actually by the time in a feed, so the body weight increase. So they are the boosters. Okay. Yeah.
And how many times do you give them the vaccine and at what age?
Okay, most preferable, we take it the first 7 days. The first 7 days are actually the best way, because these chicks zikikuja the first 7 days, actually that's the time it will make you understand. It will make you know the type of birds you have, because you can mess within the first days, the 7 days you can mess, but still you can make it profitable within the first 7 days. So it depends with the first 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I can see some birds that have very few feathers, like this one, almost naked. What is the difference between that one and the one that is full there?
About the birds,
Yes.
Most of the time. The feathers mostly they take 1.5 grams, and that is a loss to a farmer. So most of the time we prefer the more the feathers, the less the weight.
Okay.
So mostly we prefer when still it has no feathers, that means it has a lot of meat. Considering with the ones na those more feathers.
Yes.
So the less feathers, more weight. The more meat. More feathers, less weight. Less meat. Yeah.
So as a farmer, the more naked, the better.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been able to understand that. Tell us about that gadget. What is that?
That is the thermometer. Most we use it the 15 to 21 days.
Yes.
That is making maybe 3 weeks. Okay, the chicks, the birds zikiingia, they need a lot of it. So they don't need an open area like this one, so we incubate them still.
Okay.
So we close the place. After the closing, we use that the thermometer to determine the heat, because it ranges to 30 to 34. That is 30 to 34, the temperature, which they should be attaining 30 to 34 up here. So it doesn't have to decrease nor kupanda, so you have to balance the heat. Yeah.
So how do you regulate that? Let's say maybe you've gotten to 37, almost 40. How do you regulate that? And when they go low, what do you do?
Okay, still mostly we use gases, or maybe we can use the charcoal. Those charcoals zinakuanga bricks, maybe bricks heavy, or gas.
Yes.
Use them. So when the temperature is low, we increase the heat.
Yes.
So maybe we add another jiko, so the heat itakuwa juu, or maybe if the heat iko juu, we lower the curtains. So we just drop the curtains kidogo, so the heat there can actually ndani hivyo. Yeah.
So been able to understand a few things about this farming, and I can see that they still have some more feeds. Does it mean that they have to stay with the feeds always, that like these things will never be empty? When they are empty, you add so that they keep on feeding?
Well, it still depends with the feeding. The feeding right now, they are supposed to consume 2.5 bags per day. So the feeding here, these ones are nilizipia morning, that is 7 morning, and so as you can see, they are good. Ukiangalia they don't have any interest to feed. So the feeding, you mostly take it morning and jioni.
Okay.
So 2 days, two times per day.
Okay.
That is morning and jioni. So 1 to 1. We make it 12, but it depends with your calendar. Yeah.
So what are the challenges that you have faced while doing this kind of farming, and is it something that you can encourage people to come into?
Well, still there are some disadvantages because most times we kuna kuanga na some death cases. So maybe if you've purchased like 1,500 chicks, and at that time unapata maybe wamekuongezea like 20 chicks to 30 chicks, so by the time kuna kuanga na that bad weather, unapata umeloza like 20. Okay, the 30s are dead. Yes. The ones that umeongezewa, they are dead, and still unapata there you have now ranged to a point that your birds are dying. So not even the profit. So, and the more they are dying, the more the more loss you are going.
Yes.
So most times kuna kuanga na some disadvantages, but Still it depend na the first 7 days.
Okay.
Still it depend the first 7 days. Yeah.
So what causes mortality is the issue of those 7 days when they come in?
Well, the mortality,
Yes.
maybe is I don't know if you can see one. There are some they are the joints. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, they are disabled. So like few days ago, kulikuwa na that bad weather. So still itafanya the weekend.
The joints.
Yeah, the joints, they are weakened, and still most of them they die. But not that much. So we usually give them antibiotics and some other vitamins called Amnitotal and maybe boosters. So that there are some medicine we give them to give them energy so they can still, hata ukiangalia ikiwa na disable nini, it can feel still it is strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe tell us whether there is something that you would encourage young people to venture into, and whether how many birds they need to start. Did you start with 1,000? Did you start with 2? Where do they need to start so that they can start making money?
Well, about the birds, just as low as 20k, 30k. Actually, you have a lot of birds. Like, okay, we consider like you have 20k. Like 100 birds, still it costs like 10k. 100 birds. So even if you try to arrange that, when you have 10k, you have 100 birds. So if you had 20k, you have the feeding, you have all the anything needed. So maybe 30k. Even if you try saving 20, you know, in a year, you will be able to make 100 birds, and still, actually, before the end of the day, 1 month, you'll actually have a good
Yes.
have a good some profit.
Then I can see the house is bigger. What informed you to do 1,000 and not do the other part? And how many birds do you need to fill this house?
The place it seems to be large, but actually it is not, because you know, like those sides huko still we started here, so with a small part, so by the time they are growing, so you still going expanding. Yeah, so like right now I'm supposed to be they are supposed to be there huko mwisho. So these things are, this bird inafaa kuwa na enough space to play, to breathe, so they are not supposed to be they are not supposed. So everybody inafaa kuwa na its own space, having its light time well, haifai kusumbuana. So by the time inafika huko, actually that the day, so the slaughter inakujanga sasa mwisho. So maybe in first 2 weeks hivi unaona inaenda tu kidogo, then at the end of the day utapata the full place imejaa hivyo tu. Yeah.
And you've told us the market is already there. You've never done a bunch and they told you we won't take because we have more birds on this end. The market is there, and within that time, within the 7 week, the bird will be out and you will be selling them.
Well, actually let me tell this, these ones zinakuanga na dialect orders. Actually, people fight for these things. They fight for these things because you just list. When you have list, actually at the end of the day you will just look for a buyer. Kenda uko nini town, just nearby hapo tisina hapo tu down kidogo, that is where we find the market. So by the time umezifeed umezimaliza the days, so maybe 2 days ili zitolewe, so you just find a market. And actually the company, actually it is the company which will come, it will pay their workers, so you will just provide them with the water and the necessaries they want to slaughter and to do their things. So no interference there. So they will just come and take all the birds. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I believe we have been able to cover everything about the farm. Just take a minute to encourage young people. Just a minute to encourage young people. Tell them whether the farming is paying and whether it is something you can encourage them to come into, and then we are done.
As for me, I would encourage young people don't seem to be that pressure. People have pressure, so you find a lot of people wanakwambia no, you don't have to do this, you are not a mama, they saying that these things are young men you can do. No, we can. And actually in these ones I can see the profitable, I can see the good side of it, I can see the bad side of it. So I've learned a lot about these things. Actually at the end of the day, you are the one who will gain, not them. So let them talk. Actually, let them talk. But at the end of the day, you won't go them trying to ask for money. Just start with the little as you can. Just start with 50 birds. But at the end of the day, you learn that you are 50k up people too. So I would urge them, please do work. Let us do work. Let us try farming. And actually, this is the light time. Then hapa hakuna competition, no competition in here. So you do your farming, then at the end of the day you are good to go. Yeah.
Thank you very much. There is no competition in farming. You only can learn each and every day, and this is the right time for you to start. This is KI Africa, and remember to subscribe, share, and even comment. If you have any question, you can ask down there, and we'll be able to answer. We hope to come back when they are doing the slaughtering at night, and we hope to give you that covering when they do the slaughtering. Thank you very much. Until next time, my name is Mwangi. Asante.